What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy freaking Matrix. So the word is, you see the title on the screen. This is from IGN.com. Square Enix loses nearly $2 billion in value since Final Fantasy 16.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
So basically what we're getting from this title is that ever since Final Fantasy 16, they've lost $2 billion. That is a lie. That is an absolute lie, because Final Fantasy 16 was actually profitable, number one. Number two, they have had other losses way before Final Fantasy 16 for the media to be saying, oh, well, it's because of Final Fantasy 16 that they lost $2 billion. Here at IGN, it says new report casts doubt on ability to recover. It says Square Enix has lost nearly $2 billion in value since the launch of Final Fantasy 16 in June. That is a lie. That is a lie. And we're going to go over what actually happened, because you can't blame it on Final Fantasy 16, which was actually successful. Now, if could have done so much better, if it could have been so much more successful, if it was not exclusive. The problem with game sales nowadays, especially on PlayStation, is that it's exclusive. If it was not exclusive, it would have sold maybe 10 million. Who knows? So, let's go ahead and take a look over here. This is where the original source came, right? This is from Bloomberg.com. It says Final Fantasy makers, 30% plunge may be just the beginning. It says Square Enix is heavily reliant on hit series to drive sales. New CEO faces skepticism about company's growth prospect. Okay, and now especially with Final Fantasy Ever Crisis, which is a gacha game. I do not like gacha game, but guess what? It has about 5 million players already, 5 million registered players, and people have been spending money on it. People have been spending money on the, Final Fantasy 7 mobile game. So it could, it's already making millions. I'm just saying. So they're making money off of that. Now, again, Final Fantasy 16 was profitable. Final Fantasy 7 has always been profitable. But there has been other projects that Square Enix has done because they were trying to get into the Western gaming market, which they are horrible at. They are absolutely horrible at it. So let's take a look at some of their losses. All right. So here I am at GameRant. It says Square Enix games that fail to find audiences. Okay, and first on the list is Babylon Falls. Okay, Babylon Falls. I didn't even know about this game until it failed. Once it failed and the news went viral, then I found out what the game was about. I didn't even know Square Enix made this game. It doesn't even look like a Square Enix game. All right. And then we have Dungeon Siege. Didn't know this game was made by Square Enix. It was a flop. Final Fantasy 7 First Soldier. Now, this game was actually pretty cool. I'm not much of a first-person shooter, but this game was definitely cool. The problem with this game is that it came out for the mobile. It was for mobile devices, and it was really hard to promote. That is the problem with mobile games. It's really hard to promote these games because unlike console games or unlike PC games, you can screen record those types of games, put it on YouTube, put it on Twitch. Millions of people watch it from different creators, and as a result, it creates a lot of buzz. It creates a lot of a lot of word for the game, and as a result, it sells a lot of copies. But for Final Fantasy VII First Soldier, it was a mobile game. Very few people downloaded it. I think not even it didn't even reach 1 million, right? So if it was for the PC, if it was made for the PC, I think it would have done just fine. But they had to cancel the game within a year because they didn't have enough users. And then Final Fantasy VII Explorers, again, mobile game. This is Left Alive. This is probably like Front Mission, another flop. Marvel's Avengers, another flop. And another Avengers game that they had, or like the Marvel game that they had, was Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a flop. Nobody. They were promoting the crap out of that game, and nobody paid attention to it. And then there was Third Birthday, never heard of it. The Quiet Man, never heard of it. They just have flopped. In the last 3 years, they've had like 5, maybe almost like 6, 7 flops. And most of them were like Western games. And it was good on Square Enix that they sold all of their Western game properties like Tomb Raider, Deus Ex. They sold all of that. And now they just want to focus on Japanese games, which is actually what sells. And let me give you an example. If you take a look at this game is Sea of Stars, right? It's a Sea of Stars, and it's an RPG game, a turn-based RPG game for the Switch, for the PC, on Steam, on PlayStation and Xbox. This looks like the type of game that Square Enix should be making. It looks like the type of game that they should have made, right? It's an RPG game, right? It's pixel. Right, it's pixel art. Yeah, it's pixel art. Really cool. It's got a turn-based battle system. But guess what? It was made by an indie creator, by an indie company. This was not made by Square Enix, but it looked like it should have been, right? And that's the sad part about it. This is the type of game that Square Enix needs to be making. This is what they are known for. This is what makes them profitable. But you know, in the past years, they've just been focusing on Western games, and now they've turned the tables and they want to focus on, you know, just Japanese games, RPG Japanese games, that type of stuff. So Square Enix loses $2 billion ever since Final Fantasy 16. That is a lie. That is a lie. The $2 billion that they've lost was a combination of all the games that they've you know that have flopped since Babylon Falls, since the Avengers game, since all the other games before Final Fantasy 16. That is the accumulation of the amount of money that they've lost. If anything, they've actually gained some of that money back with Final Fantasy 16. So do not pay attention to this. Anyways, whatever your thoughts are, guys, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy, The Matrix. Thank you for watching. Godspeed.